First dilemma is from Hyper Hollow. I have this dilemma on where a few months ago I broke up with my girlfriend in order to improve myself and find out who I truly am. I want to get back with her, but I don't know how or what she thinks of me now. We had some problems in the relationship, but it wasn't that bad. I'm also not sure if she's with another dude. If so, I'll just forget about her and get on my grind. That's a pretty tough situation to be in, I'm not gonna lie. Now, part of me says that you should go ahead and move on from her. You know, it's not really fair to her if you can only be together when it's convenient for you. But at the same time, like, I understand why you needed to do what you needed to do. You know, sometimes you have to take the time to focus on yourself. And I think, you know, it kind of depends on the connection that you guys have. If you guys have that strong of a connection where you could take some time apart and, you know, still have that same vibe when you get back together, then yeah, you know, that's something that you should pursue. But at the end of the day, you know, sometimes you have to leave things up to the universe to decide. You have to, you know, step out on faith, and if it's meant to happen, it will. But I think that if it's something that's going to hold you back, you know, if you're going to have that thought in your head of what if, then that's something that you should pursue. That is something that you should actively, you know, do whatever you can to at least check her temperature, see where her head is at, see if there's a chance, a possibility. And, you know, it also depends on what terms you guys ended on. If you ended on good terms where, you know, you made it clear to her that you needed to focus on yourself and that it wasn't about her or another girl or anything like that, then that's obviously gonna leave more room for reunion between you guys. But if you left on bad terms, like, you know, you were arguing a lot and you just needed peace of mind from that, then you should probably think about that feeling that you had before you try to pursue reunion with her. Now, like I said, you know, there's obviously a lot of context involved within this, and that context will determine, you know, the decision that you should make. If you can't sleep at night knowing that you didn't try to get her back, you need to go and do that. But, you know, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you should simp or try to convince her to enter into your life if she's over you. You know, that's not really fair to her, and it's not fair to you either. My philosophy is don't leave any stone unturned. You know, if you feel like you want to get back with her, shoot your shot with her. It's as simple as that. Don't be afraid of rejection. Clearly, you know, that's the only issue here, is that you're afraid that she's going to reject you. Or maybe you're afraid that you'll disturb her peace of mind. And, you know, like I said earlier, that's going to come down to how you guys ended things and just your overall intuition about the situation. The next dilemma is from Days77 Gaming. Alright, Jordan, so I have this dilemma with my parents. Well, my mother in particular. I feel like every time I try to do something to better myself, whether trying to find a new job or just even trying to become a better/different person, she's never that supportive of me, or like she wants me to fail. She'll always talk bad about me in a smart way. Any advice? Okay, so understand that you are not alone in that situation. Okay, I'm sure that there are a lot of people watching this video who are dealing with the same thing. You know, especially from a spiritual perspective, if you're leveling up in that way. It can be a very isolating experience, especially when the people that you trust the most don't support you. And what you have to understand is you can't be telling your mom all of your plans. Okay, it's as simple as that, man. If you're gonna make that next move in your life, you need to make that move and then tell her after you do it. Okay, at the end of the day, if somebody is trying to, you know, put you down, they're projecting their insecurities onto you. They're telling you how they feel about themselves, not how they feel about you. It's nothing personal. You know, she doesn't want to see you fail, or at least I would hope she doesn't want to see you fail. If she wants to see you fail, then you got to cut her off. It's as simple as that. I don't care if she's your mom. I don't care who she is. Okay, if she wants to see you fail, you got to cut her off completely. But, you know, the chances are is that she doesn't actually want to see you fail. Okay, she's just spreading negativity because that is what she has to give. She harbors that negativity within her, so that's all she can really give you in return in terms of, you know, when you tell her your plans. Now, like I said earlier, you have to learn to move in silence. Okay, if you're out here telling her all of your plans, that means that you're more than likely looking for some type of validation from her. You want her to tell you that, you know, you're making a good move. You're looking for that confirmation. You don't need that confirmation. You do not need that confirmation from her. It's time to start doing things for you. If you're trying to find a new job, don't tell her that. You go and find a new job, and then you tell her that you have a new job. Or you don't even tell her that at all. You know, sometimes you should just keep things to yourself, especially if you know that she has a history of, responding in a negative way or trying to tear you down. And, this goes to anybody out there who's dealing with that same thing. Just because somebody is a family member or a friend doesn't mean that they have your best interest in mind. Always remember that. Okay, I'm not saying that you should never trust anyone, but if somebody has shown you consistently that they are, not going to encourage you or try to build you up, then they don't deserve to know the moves that you're making. Now, if she's giving her unwarranted opinion on the things that you're doing without you telling her, if she's just observing the things that you're doing and bringing in her irrelevant opinion, you need to check her about that. Okay, you need to, tell her how it is. I don't care what you have to say about me. I don't care what you think about what I'm doing. It's my life, not yours. So mind your business. Stay in your lane. Okay, sometimes you have to tell people, whether it's your parents, your friend, your partner, it could be anybody. Sometimes you have to tell people, stay in your lane, mind your business, focus on what you have going on. Okay, what I'm doing has nothing to do with you. What I'm doing, the moves that I'm making, do not concern you in any way. So stop focusing on my life and start focusing on becoming less miserable as a person so that maybe, you can have some positivity to share. Sometimes you have to lay down the law with people. And obviously, for some people, depending on the relationship that you have with the person that's trying to tear you down, that may be more difficult. But at the end of the day, if they are being a distraction for you, if they are getting in the way of, you and your goals, you have to lay down the law. The next dilemma is from Sandro. My dilemma. I've liked this girl for a while now, and we started off talking from school, and now we talk almost every day. The thing is, I don't know if she sees me in that way. She wants to have brunch next week with me, and I really want to tell her how I really feel about her. However, I never had that confidence in myself to tell her my true feelings. Plus, she is going to college abroad in 2 weeks' time, so even if I had the guts in me to tell her my feelings, we would probably have to do long distance. What should I do? That's obviously, a tough situation because, like you said, she's moving in 2 weeks, okay, and she's studying abroad. Now, if she's studying abroad, that means that she's going to come back at some time, but I don't think that this is the right time to start a relationship. Just from the outside looking in, okay, if you feel in your heart that you need to ask her out, and obviously this was a few months ago, but for anybody else going through this situation, or if you're still going through this right now, you have to follow your intuition. But from the outside looking in, I would advise you not to make that move, simply because I think it would be too early into a potential relationship to go long distance. Now, I know that you more than likely see her studying abroad as a burden to your situation, but I think that can actually be, a great opportunity to see where her head is at. When she doesn't have to see you every day, is she still going to make that effort to reach out and stay in contact with you while she's living in some other country? Okay, if she's still making that effort, then yeah, that is something that you should pursue, in my opinion, whenever she gets back, preferably. Now, just in a general sense, okay, I want to help anybody else who is going through this situation. If you're friends with a girl and you don't know if she sees you as anything more than that, there's 2 ways you could figure out the answer to that question. One is you can check her temperature by doing certain things. Speak through your actions. Okay, for example, maybe you ask her out to a movie and then you put your arm around her and see how she responds to that. Okay, that's not something that friends typically do. So if she, gets closer to you when you do that, she probably has some type of romantic interest in you. She may not be in love with you, but she probably is interested in you. Now, if when you do that, she, squirms a little bit, she's uncomfortable, or maybe she politely asks you not to do that, then obviously, she sees you as a friend and nothing else. The other way to figure out if a girl likes you is to simply ask her. Okay, if you want to save yourself time, you just ask her straight up, hey, I like you in this way, and, I want to take that next step with you and develop something more than what we have. Do you feel the same way? Now, this, in my opinion, is a very big power move. And the reason why is because you're not so much asking her as you are presenting her with an opportunity to take that next step with you. Okay, if you're presenting her with that opportunity and she doesn't take it, cool, she fumbled the bag. On to the next one. Okay, or it's time to focus on myself and get on my grind. But, generally speaking, if a girl likes you, she'll probably show it, but if she doesn't show it, those are the 2 ways that I would advise you to figure out if she likes you. The next dilemma is from Cameron. My dilemma. I ain't got no respectable queens. Jordan, help me. I think this is interesting right here. A lot of guys seem like they want to have hoes. Okay, they want a bunch of thoughts chasing after them, and I never really understood that. Or I guess I do understand that in the sense that, you know, they're looking for validation, but I've always been more of a quality over quantity type of guy. I would rather have one girl who is really down for me and likes me for who I am than to have a bunch of girls chasing after me, but maybe they're not actually interested in me. They're just interested in the chase for my validation. Okay, now when you have a lot of, you know, hoes, the chances are a lot of those girls don't have much self-respect. Okay, because if you have self-respect, you won't let yourself be an option in somebody else's life. You're gonna see yourself as a priority. And if somebody treats you as any less than that, you'll remove yourself from that equation. Okay, you'll make their choice that much easier. So, you know, my thing is, you don't wanna have hoes. Okay, the chances are you don't wanna have hoes. You wanna have that one girl that's gonna hold you down. And the best way to do that is to be confident. It's as simple as that. If you be confident, you're gonna attract the right woman for you.